Shalom and welcome to the Parak of the week. This week we are continuing our exploration of chapter 2 of Pirke Avot, focusing on the 10th teaching, although in different texts the teachings are enumerated differently at this point. But we'll pick up where we left off with sayings of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. He used to say, "Go and see. What is a positive path that a person should cling to?" Rabbi Eliezer said, "A good eye." Rabbi Yehoshua said, "A good friend." Rabbi Yosi said, "A good neighbor." Rabbi Shimon said, "One who foresees the consequences." Rabbi Elazar said, "A good heart." He said to them, "I appreciate the words of Rabbi Elazar the most because his words encompass yours." Last week we were introduced to 5 students of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, and he shone a light on each of their virtues. This week he asks each of them, what is the best, most important quality in life? Last week he lauded Rabbi Elazar's creativity as the most important quality in a student. His praise of Rabbi Elazar continues this week. As we shall see, he once again prefers his star pupil's response. A good eye. When we use this expression, we might refer to someone who is discerning. We can also understand it as someone who sees the best in others, who sees them in their best light, as it were, giving them the benefit of the doubt. Someone with a good eye will be able to see others' needs and respond accordingly. A good eye also implies a sense of generosity. Rambam stresses the aspect of contentment as associated with a good eye. A good friend. We all need friends who can share our joys and sorrows, friends who love us for who we are and who we can be, who care enough to gently suggest ways that we can do better. Give me friendship or give me death, one sage was reported to say. A good neighbor. Friendships may be distant. Neighbors are those we interact with on a daily basis. A good neighbor, someone who cares for their home and is available to be supportive. A good neighbor is a true blessing. One who foresees the consequences. If only we could see into the future and know the impact of our decisions. Truly, we would make better choices if we thought through our decisions more deeply and considered the potential outcomes. Finally, a good heart. All of these are wonderful qualities, yet Rabban Yochanan ben Zakkai prefers a good heart. As he understands it, someone who has a good heart will necessarily have a good eye, be a good friend and neighbor, and think through the consequences before acting. I might temper a good heart just a bit. The Torah tells us to be cautious, not to be led astray by our eyes. Lo taturu acharei levavchem va'acharei einechem. Don't be led astray by your hearts and by your eyes. It seems to me that a good heart is a wonderful quality, yet we can't act just from our hearts. A little bit of critical thinking is also wise. Which of these qualities do you most admire? Which would you like to cultivate more of within yourself? Next week, our teacher will challenge us to consider what are the lesser paths that we should be avoiding. Shavua Tov.